Okay, so another mini video today, trying to get rid of some of the codes that I picked up when I took you for a drive the other day. The first one is I've got this knock problem. I think the knock problem might be caused by a boost leak from that coupling there, which is this one. So basically that just fits in there, fits onto the induction hose here. And this is becoming released, so it's popping off when it's under boost. And I'll put a video of that in now so you can see that happening. Okay, so you saw that happening. So to replace that piece, I've gone for a noisemaker delete, which is this pipe, which goes in there like that. So it feeds down there, goes onto the inlet manifold, which is under the airbox, which is there, which I'm in the process of taking off, and it comes direct from this end onto this induction hose, which I've just made loose at the moment. So it cuts out this plastic piece and this plastic clip arrangement, where the metal clip goes in and around it and seals that housing. I don't think that's working properly, so I'm just eliminating all of that and replacing it with that. Intake's got to come off because the noisemaker goes into the cabin here. So if you can see that hose there, that runs all the way under the manifold, inlet manifold, and pops in there. So I've got to take off the airbox, and I'm going to try and separate it here so I don't have to take all of this out as well. The benefits of doing that, if I do take it all the way out, is the knock sensor is all the way down there, and you've got two ways I think to get to it, which is either from underneath the car or take the intake off. Well, not take the intake, take the airbox off and see if I can get in down that side. Two ways I've got the knock sensor. I'm going to get it off before I order one, so I'm not going to make it for Tuesday, the 14th of December, for my MOT. I'd rather spend a bit more time solving all these codes before I take it down for an MOT. Okay, right then, so I'll show you it when the airbox is off and I've got a bit further. Okay, see you later. Okay, so a bit further in now, there you can see that hose, and then you can see the red hose, which is a hose that I bought for the induction kit, and then going on to the noisemaker, then that piece of hose that goes up to here. So I'm going to pop that off. I'm going to undo this one and see if I can get it all out in one. But I've got to undo this fixing first, just to make sure that I can get the noisemaker bracket out. Okay, so I'll see when I've got a little bit further in. Okay, so there's the noisemaker. That's where it goes into the cabin there. So you can see that's freed up a bit of space down there for me. So I want to have a look at now. The only fixing left to get off is that one. If I can show you that one all the way down there, that Jubilee clip that's on the inlet to the induction. Okay, so let's have a look at how to get on with that. Okay, so this piece is out now, the one that goes down there onto the intake. And if there's any justification for fitting a catch can onto these cars, have a look at that. All I've done is just run this car for about 5-6 miles. And look at the oil that's in the intake already. So as I say, there's a new intercooler on, so that has come through the system and onto the back of the inlet valves, and is carboning them up. So I might invest in a walnut blast as well when I've got it on the road. Okay, but I'm clear now. So that's where the hose goes onto, and that's where the hose goes onto. But before I do that, I'm just going to have a squint around and see if I can see the connection for the knock sensor. because I might change it, because it came up with a code for the knock sensor of being the knock sensor's faulty, even though I think it was mainly a running lean issue, because I've got a boost leak after the MAF. So the mass airflow sensor is there, and I had a boost leak after that, so there wasn't enough air coming down here and getting into the manifold because it was leaking. So the car wasn't fueling as it should have been. So that's why I think I've got a knock sensor, because the car was knocking because of a lean running condition. So let's have a look and see if I can see it, and decide whether I want to go from underneath or whether I want to go from on the top here while I've got most of the stuff out. Okay, see you later. Okay, so that's what's come out, which is the induction system after the MAF. So the bit that I'm getting rid of is from here down to here, replacing that with the single piece, which is there. Okay, and the noisemaker delete is from here. That's the feed to the noisemaker, into the noisemaker, and then to the fitting into the bulkhead. Okay, so that's the mods that I'm doing today. If it doesn't, if it stops, nice, because at the moment it started to rain. Okay, so I might just knock it on the head and go in. Okay, see you later, guys. Okay, so it's in now. As you can see, it's connected up here to the feed, as for the MAF, to the hose, and it goes down and goes into the inlet direct now, so there's no pipe that comes off and goes into this noise delete. So I'm going to go inside now and see if I can split that noise delete up and fit it, but with a bung in it, so we just get no fumes into the car. I've had a look at the access to the sensor, and basically the sensor's under here. So if I just get the torch here, you can see the starter motor down. Let's get that out of the way. You can see the starter motor down there. It's right on the front end of the starter motor. So if you look down there, you can see it, but you can't see it without much squinting and craning of neck with a torch. So yeah, so this job's done. I'm going to put the intake back on after I've sorted out blanking off that hole there, and I can run her again then, and I'll see what the boost gauge is doing, because it was in minus even when revving. So I'll get back to you. Alright, see you later. Okay, so the noisemaker has been stripped off. I've popped off the plug into the car so we don't have any fumes coming in, and all I've done is popped a cap in there that I had spare, popped a Jubilee clip on it, solid as a rock. Oh, and I stuffed the inside full of a microfiber cloth as well, so just to make sure nothing crawls in. Yeah, so I'm going to put that back in now and reassemble. Okay, see you later. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be plan B for this this blanking off of the noisemaker delete. If you can see, the clippers broke off by the looks of things, so it is retained, but without the noisemaker on there to keep it up in that position, it seems as though it's not going to work. So I'm going to have to find something else. Okay, so I don't know if I want to glue it in. Yeah, so there's looks like 2 tabs at the top, broken tabs at the bottom maybe. I'll have a look. So I'll see if I can get one of these from a breaker somewhere, and then it isn't hard to pop the inlet out. So it looks like they've broken. If I can just get it in focus. Looks like those tabs may have broken. I'm going to go and have a look at it and see if I'm comfortable. Right, I'm in the car. I've just done the boost pipes. I haven't checked whether they're working and blowing off properly or not. But what I have come in to do is to clear the codes. So if I just go through the code menu here with my code reader. Mini series diagnostic, R56 hatch. We go for the basic functions. I'll do a system scan. This will bring up all the codes that are active in the car at the moment. I don't know whether you can see that properly at the moment, but there's quite a few. 8 of 8 at the moment, but I do know that I've got some tyre issues. I do know I've got some engine management codes. So let's have a look. Engine control module, ECM, ABS. I'll go through these. So engine control model 3 codes, rate fault codes, knock sensor. These are the knock sensors that I'm trying to get rid of by doing this job. So what I will do is erase those codes. Erase fault codes issue, yes. Erase fault codes had success. Please wait 10 seconds, turn ignition off and switch on again. Read fault codes to verify. Okay, it's been 10 seconds. Ignition off. Ignition back on. So let's escape. Okay. Escape. Escape. I'm going to start the car. It'd be better to have the clutch in, wouldn't it, Nigel? Dummy. So the check engine light's gone off. Just leave it warm before I rev the bollocks off it. So let's just go through the code scanner again. Okay, so it looks like those knock sensors have gone. So just go through it again. Dynamic stability, brake pad wear indicator, the next job. Steering angle sensor, when I get it aligned. Brake pad wear indicator, front signal implausible. That's because nothing's plugged in at the moment. Okay, so go back to the next one. JB junction box electronics. Go back onto that. Press the wrong button. Read fault codes. No adaptation to the window glass. Know all about that. FRM footwell module. Read fault codes. Number plate light faulty. It's not. Number plate light is working, they're just LED bulbs, so I might have to change those to get rid of that or find somebody to code it out. Battery exhausted. Battery exhausted, I need to clear that, so I'll clear these codes and do that again. No messages, driving lights, know what that is. Terminal 30B connection faulty on the footwell module. I've had a look at this and I don't know. Apparently it's a permanent, the footwell module's got a permanent live and a driver present live, and I think 30B is a driver present light, so everything that interfaces with the driver, it could feed that, and there's a fault on there somewhere. I've not got a clue, I don't know, I'm going to come back to that. It's not going to stop me from getting an MOT. Okay, so if I escape out of that, erase fault codes, I am. That's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition off. Ignition back on. Right, so I've got the driving lights and the 30B connection. Those are the two. So the battery exhaust is gone because I put a new battery in it. Right, what's next? HKA integrated automatic heating as it scrolls through, stroke control or air condition sensor. Right, I know what that is, I think. That's the AUC sensor next to the battery, which is the sensor that smells the air coming into the car, and if it's contaminated, it puts the recirc system on, so it doesn't bring fresh air and just recircs it. Part of the air conditioning system. So I'm going to escape that, and I'm going to erase that fault code like I did last time, because I believe, alright, that's success, I believe, so wait 10 seconds, I believe that one is to me taking the battery off and pairing the battery back on. So let's have a look at how we get on with that, erasing that code. Ignition off. Ignition back on. Escape. Read fault codes. No fault codes, so it looks like I don't have to buy a sensor. So that's gone. No, let's have a look. No fault codes. Yes. Why is it coming up with a fault code there? No fault codes. It's showing a fault code. So 10 seconds. Pin down around them, tools are still outside. Ignition off. This time I'm not going to start it. Ignition on. TPM's gone as well, that's good. I'll come all the way out again this time. So I'll go all the way back in for mini series, R56, basic functions, system scan. So I'm hoping that that air conditioning one's going to go off. Dynamic stability, junction box electronics, 7 of 7, 8 of 8 is done. Mini joystick, come on, please don't have a failure. I don't want to buy a sensor. Right. So ABS, ASC, DSC, dynamic stability. I've got something with the brake pads on that. You'll see me doing that on the next one. Junction box electrics. That is the terminal 30B issue with the footwell module. Or is it? That's on its own now. Oh, what's this one? Sorry, yeah, okay, so that's the window glass. I forgot about that. Ah, AUC sensor. That's what I thought I'd just done. If I escape that, I'm going to do it again, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition off. My tools are getting wet. Ignition on. All the way back in again. Tools are getting very wet. I want to get this done. System scan. What I'm hoping to do is get rid of the AUC fault. And then I'm left with the codes that I know that I have got. You can see a bit better there. Is it back? It's back. ABS, JB junction box electronics, footwell module, integrated automatic, fault codes. No message, AUC. Well, I'm going to leave there. Looks like that sensor has gone bad. It's absolutely pouring it down. So I'm going to let the car warm up and then I'm going to go and get the tools in. Okay, so that's me for now. I'm wet. Tools are getting wet. Under the bonnet's getting wet. So I'm going to cut this off now. Okay, and I am going to come back and do a little bit more work on that. See if I can get that full code erased. But let's see. Okay, see you later.